Hello, everyone. Whew. So, who is with me today? Come on in. Welcome. We'll see how things go today. An interaction. So I'm going to get my phone because yesterday there were people on my Facebook page and I was unable to see them. Facebook page and so I'm going to say hello to you all. There we go. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome, everybody. Well, my hello came up. Maybe that's because it's my hello. So, there's not too many people on today. That's okay. Well, we're heading into a long weekend. Definitely in the States. I mean, the States has a long weekend. I really was immutable energy. Okay, I'm just going to get into it. I don't see anybody who's on, but I'm just going to go into this, and what happens, happens, man. What happens, happens. That's the whole thing. So we are coming into a day-to-day reality. Oh, hello, Mandy. Thank you for joining me. And be prepared. I'm just going to do a warning out now that I'm coming in being brutally honest with the energies that are coming in. And because we're in the 2 weeks eclipse period time, it is fucked up energy. So I am going to be extremely as kindly honest as I can with this energy that's coming in. And it's best to be honest. And that's what the energies are going to have been telling me. It's best to be honest. So we are in mutable energy. Mutable energies change. And one of the aspects that I've been looking at, and it kind of like when I started to, weirdly, it started to make me get teary eyed as I'm watching him. And it's Neptune. And Neptune sitting there because Neptune is coming into degrees that we have never seen. And last time Neptune was in this area was in 1858. So there's this energy that's there. And with Jupiter and Neptune together in Pisces, I mean, this is energy from 1856. So I'm just beat today, but the moon was gorgeous last night. So thank you for yes, I mean, one, people are going to be feeling exhausted. Sleep is going to be disruptive over the next few days, and we are going to be feeling like we're playing bumper cars, and there's a lot of bumper cars that are coming in. Life has to move on, so this is what we have to do, but it's as I said, even yesterday, it's in the grounding. We have to find a way of staying grounded. So nature does come in. So there's a thing about nature coming in, connecting with, the trees. And, I've said that in a few of my readings, and it's having that connection and with the earth. And because of the mutability that's in there in the T squares, and the only way for this energy to come out is through Virgo. And Virgo is, of course, earth, but sometimes I don't find Virgo being earthly. Sometimes I find it a little airy, but it's got to take the energy and bring it down and put it to the earth. And that's the thing. So there is, with 22 and 23 degrees of Venus has to do with relationships. So we're coming into, and I call it a hangover time of a weird day. Emotions are extremely high. People are going to be very fucked up. And this squaring with Mercury and Venus. Now, I've only heard a couple other astrologers talk about this, because a lot of astrologers don't want to get into the fact of who Neptune is. Neptune is the god of illusion. Neptune is the ruler of the fourth dimension. He brings you into the alternate one. He's not of this world. He's an outer planet. He doesn't rule, he rules in the outer realms. And the outer realms of the fourth dimension is our collective. And our collective right now is insanity. And it is insane. Things are fucked up and crazy in our world right now. And the other thing is that being in the ruler of Pisces, and Pisces is the 12th house, and everything coming to the end of the 12th house, we have to realize and understand that the 12th house is the age of the Piscean. So what is the age of the Piscean? We are looking to be, it is that of religion. Why do we go to religion? Because we're looking for safety and security. We're looking for somebody to lead the way. We're looking for that place where we can find that savior. That savior. Who is that savior? And that savior that comes through, and Mercury is coming in, and Mercury's saying and questioning. He's in Gemini with the North Node and asking, what's going on here? And Neptune's going, oh, do you really want to see what's going on here? And Venus is neutral. She's neither a malefic or a benefic when it comes into Gemini. And Mercury can be both, and right now when he gets in with Neptune, he becomes a malefic. So we have this malefic energy that's in the heavens right now that is trying to show us the shit that's going on. People are coming out of lockdown. So you got to think of like you're coming out of your cell after being locked down for a whole fucking year or so. And you're just like, it's like that person who's been dying of thirst for so long. And what do? You run to the watering hole and you drink all the water. And then what happens? You get sick because it's too much. Your body can't take it. Or the person who's hungry and just pigs out. And then of course they're bloated and their stomach hurts because their digestion is out of whack. So we're looking at an energy right now in the world right now that people are going to be gorging themselves on too much. And in gorging themselves on too much, what does that do? So when you gorge yourself on too much, you're going to be sick. There's going to be a sickness. There's going to be, crazy. I'm going to predict there's going to be some crazy fucked up shit that's going to happen this week where people are going to come out and they're wanting to get together. They're wanting to gorge themselves on shit. They're wanting to overindulge, and in overindulging is going to cause mass mayhem. It's going to cause, maybe people rioting or trampling. They're wanting to get out and they're wanting to drive, but maybe they're going to drive too fast, or they're wanting to go on the planes and the planes are going to be overrun and there's going to be some accidents that having to do with the planes. I mean, South Node Sag, right? So there's this energy that's coming in, and it's coming in for us to start to make some decisions in a practical manner, in a matter that brings us into some form of restrictions, but restrictions in a way that aren't hindering us, but restrictions that are saying that my intuition is saying this isn't a good thing. And even though I might have been planning for it for the last month or so, I'm going to back off. I'm not going to go into that. I'm going to take my time. Or I'd rather stay home and garden. And I really want to connect, and I really want to get my plants out there, and I really want to get things together. So this is where this energy is coming, showing us and saying, we can be, the moon's going to be going zippity doodah through things and going fast, but we're going to find ourselves at a crossroads. And this crossroad is energy that is intense, and we're trying to look for the clarification. But how the fuck can you find clarification when you're squaring Neptune? And Neptune is this delusional insanity world that we are seeing all around us. And this insanity world that we're looking around us, we're looking at, well, who the fuck's going to save us? And everybody's looking at who's going to save us. And what's coming in is, and I keep on seeing the Red Cross. And the Red Cross being, and it's like, the Red Cross is that, of the ones that came in and saved us during, during wartime, you saw the Red Cross. The Red Cross means that there's a place where you can go and be rescued, and things can go okay, and here you are, and Neptune is saying, yeah, come into it. And I feel like Neptune is the controller of this red cross, and this red cross is the health, and we are looking for this place that's going to bring us this salvation, that's going to bring us a place where we believe that in the collective that there is that's where it is yet to be saved. You can't be saved. Nobody can save you except yourself. And it's through your own individualism, and it's in your own uniqueness. In that is where you are going to find the clarity. It's not going to be in the group collective. It's not going to be in that, oh, let's go into that massive meditation place. And you're feeling, yeah, but I really don't want to go there. But it must be the right place, because that's where everybody the fuck is going. And this is, it's a weird thing. It's a weird energy. People are wanting, things that you need to do, and you're blowing them off. So you're blowing things off, and in will come this moon is going to hit Pluto, and moon, like Pluto in Capricorn. Let me tell you, the moon in Capricorn, you know what card that is? It's the Tower card. So we are in until 2023 with Pluto in Capricorn. He's been there since 2008. We've seen the Tower. We've seen the destruction that has been happening since 2008, and he is still doing it, because it is in the Tower card that clarification comes in. But sometimes, even when we get the Tower card and shit falls down, we still don't want to see it. We still go back because we want to go with what we feel is safe. This is safe. This is safe. This is safe. But is it really safe? What it is fucking insanity. And that's what we're heading into. And it isn't a time to escape. This isn't a time to go into drugs or alcohol. This is also high suicide time. This is a time when that moon is going into Pluto, and the squares to Neptune is high suicide time. It is a crazy time for our collective, of us really, and Mars trining Neptune, he's pumping it. Like, this is Mars. Mars says, I'm in Cancer, you're there, hey, here. And even though a trine is supposed to be positive, but here's his Mars energy, and he's like just pumping it at Neptune, which is like enhancing the crazy delusional energy that is coming in. But the delusional energy that's coming in is that we have to take the hangman perspective, take the step back, take a look at everything with fresh eyes. Maybe that means that we have to take a time out. Maybe that means that we have to really look at things and take, as I said in a reading just recently, only we can take our blinders off and see the truth. Only we can do that. Nobody else can take your blinder off. Right? Nobody else can do that. So in comes this energy of saying, okay, you have to allow yourself to see things and be adult, putting on your big girl and big boy underwear and being adult, not going out there and being the crazy radical and saying, this is what I want, and gorge yourself. And in gorging yourself, you're going to find that it's not going to be safe. It's not going to be safe. But people are thinking it's going to be safe because they're going into the delusion, and the delusion is that of this red cross, and this red cross coming in is saying, well, they must know what it is because they are the health factor. This is the health and safety place. They have to know what's true for us. They have to know. So the whole collective, everybody's running into this encampment of looking for this savior because that's where they want to go. Right? So you're finding places like even the fucking Pope is saying, run to this place where you can be saved. Yet, is it? And that's where we're coming into this deeper truth. And that Pluto moon in Capricorn is a Tower movement, and it's a deeper truth, and we're going to find things flip-flopping like crazy. We're going to see things just coming in, and it's going to flip-flop. And we're going to hear some crazy radical things that are going on. And where Neptune is, I mean, we have not, Neptune was discovered in, I wrote it down. Neptune was discovered in 1846. So in 1846, it was discovered in Aquarius at around 26 degrees, just before it was heading into kind of like a walrus in an oyster story. Yes, found and he went into Neptune. Now, or Neptune went into Pisces. Now, when we look at that energy of the late 1840s into, going all the way into 1858, where it is now, or 1856, 57, all of that era. I mean, the 40s was of the 1840s were traumatic. There was a lot of there was economic issues that were going on. There was, new industrial ideas were trying to come forward. There were the workhouses, that were happening in Victoria time. Children taken into the workhouses. People, couldn't pay their debt. So horrible shit going on. People were wanting to escape they didn't want to, to live. I mean, we had the Underground Railway coming in. People didn't want to live. That's why there's so much issues about racism right now, and that's coming to light. Is, people are like, why is this all happening now? Well, where Neptune is, it's a rising where we're having to take a fresh look at it all and say there's got to be some healing being done. And we got to do it within our own unique individuality. It cannot be done within the collective. Even though Saturn in Pisces, or Saturn in Aquarius is stirring up the collective, is stirring up. Like, don't you want to be a part of all of this? Don't you want to be the good citizen? Don't you want to be the good person and do what needs to be right? Because this is going to be the good for the collective. Yet, and Pisces, with Neptune being there, and of course Jupiter is just going to expand it all and bringing in this expansion. And it's starting to hit with these squares. It's starting to hit with these squares because with lovely Mercury going retrograde, he's going to be in square to Neptune for a while, and then he's going to come back and square it. And then we're going to have the Saturn-Uranus square, which is all about these universal truths that are coming out, this balance. And you want stability? You can't have fucking stability with Uranus in Taurus, because you don't know what he's going to do. He's going to turn right, left, everywhere. You think that you're going right, and then you're going to go left. It's a slippy, slidey road. We're going into the slip and slide. So this is a dark energy. This is dark Neptune. Civil war came in at this time. This is where we had uprising with racial uprising. This is where, and the racial uprising wasn't just in the States, but it was all over. Like, this was coming up, all over the world. And about the slave trade and about, the incarceration of people, and having, should children be, used in workhouses, and human rights were coming in, and the women's rights were coming in. So here we have this uprising that's coming in. And we are looking at it, and everybody's going, but I need to be saved. I need someone to come in and save us, man. And what comes in is like, here comes the Red Cross. The Red Cross comes in, and it's saying, okay, you know what? We're neutral. We don't have a real dogma to come in, but we can save you if you come in with this collective. We'll come in and we will do the saving for you. But nobody knows those results. And with Chiron in Aries, I haven't even hit him. He's bringing in stroke, heart attacks. You're seeing people coming in with strokes and heart attack. Go back to around into May of I'd say April, May, but mainly May of 2015. What was going on in your life? I know my life was really fucked up. Saturn was in Scorpio coming into Sag. It was a time of disruptions, moving. I was moving from house to house at that time. We couldn't, even though that things seemed to go well, there'd be some crazy shit would hit the fan when it came to the landlords, and where they would be hanging on because, oh, you're $25 short, and then you're 2 days late and paying me the $25, and crazy radical energy at that time. My daughter was having Mateus, and Mercury was retrograde at that time. So go back to 2015. There was a crazy energy. Your life probably was going through some crazy transformational time. Now we're coming into, and Mercury's back in Gemini going retrograde, but this time he's squaring off Neptune, and he's bringing in some delusional energy for us. So we have to be careful, and we have to watch that. And we have to watch where that delusional energy is coming in, because this is high suicide. A lot of people died during that time. There's a lot of deaths during that time. A lot of deaths that came in. And we can go, with Robin Williams. I mean, well, he had a weird chart anyways, but I think he has a moon in Pisces, and that where the moon was hitting and stuff for him. And that was when he committed suicide in 2014. So there is some deeper truths, and this is a gestation time. This is a gestation time of unearthing information that needs to be unearthed. This is about looking into the deeper side of things and getting into the deeper side of things, right? And this is where we come into our own unique, self. Throughout even ancient astrology, people have studied with the eclipses, and they've shown that this is when people exit and this is when people enter. So this is a huge exodus of people on our planet. And we're going to find, of course, there's going to be the entrance of people coming in. But I feel the people coming in isn't going to be as much as it has been before, because spirits are taking a second look at what the fuck's going on down here. So we do have that craziness. It's a little bit of a Medusa, because we have Algol, and Algol is not only for alcohol, but it's also the one for Medusa. So there is this betrayal, because Medusa was betrayed. Who is she betrayed by? Neptune. He raped her. She had to go through the trial. And then she was, and then of course, got pissed off, and that's why Medusa's on Athena's shield, is that you have to see the truth. Question, go in further to the truth. Don't just react on the reaction of what you are seeing in front of your face, right? Don't just go by that. So the Neptune collective mind is awakening, but it's also the insanity. So with the collective, there is no free will. And that we are finding that we are coming into this second transit of this energy till 2025. So it's difficult. And we have to go into and, not buy into the be saved by the public health. So this is looking into our own private life and our higher power. And we're going to find that it is Neptune being the illusionist, and people don't understand. And so there's new ideas, new ways of looking at the world and going forward with it. But this weekend, I can tell you, it's going to be cray-cray. I mean, it's off the charts and crazy for the energies that are coming in. Monday might be feeling a little bit better, but by the time Tuesday comes along, it's just going to shit's going to hit the fan again. A lot of people, again, as I say, they're coming out of lockdown. People are now, the new thing for Alberta is coming in. Oh, we're going to be fully open. And I'm just like, that's going to bring in some craziness. And of course, they're going to be fully open for the stampede. That's what they want. So what does that look like? What does that, that's fucked up. But in order to have that, they want everybody vaccinated. And usually with anything to do with the vaccination or anything to do with that, they do it in small doses. They do it in small areas. They don't do it in mass production. It's the first time ever. So it is a hyper moment and the world's going to go crazy. So don't overcommit. Get clarity on things. The queen comes in and says, get clear. Get clear. She's very pragmatic. She's not one to, I mean, she's going to fly the way she wants to fly. If you ever watch a butterfly, the butterfly's going to just go the way it needs to go. And it's trusting. I mean, she's the queen of I don't give a fuck. So I don't give a fuck comes in. And, you know, and with that comes in new starts to the foundation. What are your new starts to your foundation? So looking at your foundation and what is best for you and going with that. And that's, you know, here I'm going to get clear on what I want. And I got to put it down onto the ground because there's such mutability in the air. Mutability is constant change. It's the end of a season. So we are looking at with the Gemini, Sagittarius, and Pisces energy is forming this grand cross in the heavens, and it's coming out through Virgo. And Virgo's like, okay, what is this newness? How am I going to do it? So I need to really come into contemplation to a place where I can actually look at and see where I need to put my energies towards. And it may not, or may be, you know, with the collective, right? It's coming into, and of course, a lot of our, you know, the personal planets are out of bounds. So they're out of bounds, and it means that they're, you know, not getting, you know, they're doing their rogue. They're going to do their own thing. So it's like, okay, do I want to go rogue and do some crazy fucked up shit? And maybe your friends are saying, yeah, let's go 4-buying over here. And you're just like, oh, I don't feel right to go 4-buying over there. That doesn't look safe to me. It doesn't feel right. And, you know, people are like, oh, you're a chicken. No, I'm not a chicken. It just doesn't feel right. I mean, I can I had some friends like, let's go 4-buying on the res. That's not a good thing. You get shot. They will shoot you. And they came back and they were shot at, you know, 4-buying on the res. And I mean, it's just trusting that energy and coming in with the King of Pentacles, making sure that you are looking at your foundation and what's right for you. Because there isn't much earth out there. It's mutable earth, and you can't trust Uranus in Taurus because that's mutability. So things, you know, this is like coming into your, okay, this is what's right for me, and this is what I need to look at for myself. And looking at and being true to you. That's the big one. Not getting lost in any drugs or alcohol. That it can go really wrong this weekend. It can go really wrong. And it can where you think this is where you need to be. And if you are addicted to anything, this isn't the time to go cold turkey. It's a time to get the help and seek the help that you need in order for you to come off of it. Because the thing is that you go off something quickly, you'll go through so many flashbacks and craziness. And that's like with people coming out of lockdown. There, you know, some people haven't driven in a year. Think of that. Some people haven't gone very far in a year, and now they're thinking that they can get out and go places, right? Or people are like, oh, if you're vaccinated, you don't have to wear a mask and you can go on a plane. Wow. You know, all these crazy people are going to try and go on there, but half these planes haven't been flying in a year. So, you know, there's a lot to consider and a lot for us to be awakened to, and not to get locked or go into the craziness, and not to overcommit. This is a weird fated energy. And I feel like it's the fate train that's coming in. This is shattered realities coming in very strong. And our shatteredness is coming in with Neptune. and he is going to bring in a shattered reality because he is a malefic in many ways. Yeah, he doesn't go by the rules of this world. Remember, he is water. He is not of this world, and he comes in with boundlessness. Like there's no boundaries with Neptune. So he can take into, I mean, if anybody's done any crazy astro traveling, he can take you on some crazy astro traveling. This isn't the weekend to go off and think that you're going to go on a really cool acid trip either, or you're going to do some DMT and it's going to be really cool, or you're wanting to, chill out on mushrooms. You have to stay in this reality. If you don't stay in this reality, you can get totally lost. Just saying. Just saying. So it's it's a crazy energy. It's crazy. It's like I could feel it coming. I could feel this energy coming. I could feel the changes coming in. I know with this Mercury retrograde, it is one that is extremely intense. And the squares aren't going to help. So, and those squares to Neptune are not going to help with this all. So, I mean, if you're a mutable sign, you're going to be really feeling the mutability, and you might be feeling unstable things, a little bit of instability at this time. And looking at going into a fresh new direction. So that's the other thing. You might be wanting to go into a fresh new direction in your life. So this is where it's like, okay, I want to move to somewhere different. What does that look like? What does that feel like? And starting to put the connecting the dots to what you need to connect the dots to get it done. But a lot of that may not come in till next week. So, and with the moon Jupiter, I mean, that's in Pisces. It's a good day, but it's, you're going to also have the moon square the sun next week too, and that the moon's going to be in Pisces squaring the sun in Gemini, coming up close to the North Node. That's that's going to be some weird neurotic shit that's going to come in. Weird neurotic shit. So, a lot of hyper movement and a lot of craziness that's coming forward. So there you guys go. Any questions? I love saying that. Any questions with things? So just looking at the time, but connect, be true to you, be safe. If you are, and just if you know of anybody who is feeling ungrounded, who is feeling not connected, remember this is you're not screwed, because you know what, the thing is that you're more true to you. If you're true to yourself, this is what it comes down to. You're true to yourself, true to who you are, like being in your it's like not overcommitting. That's number one. Don't overcommit to shit. If it's not in your alignment to do, then don't fucking do it. If it doesn't feel right, then you don't do it. And some people, and you're going to find people are going to be like, oh, well, that's stupid. Like, why aren't you doing it? It's like, no, I'm not going to do it because this isn't right for me. This isn't what I want to do. So that's the thing. It's like when we know this, it's like, okay, I'm not going to do this. Or you see, like, well, this is Memorial Long Weekend in the States, so it's going to be crazy down there. You're going to hear some crazy shit. And that's because it's a higher population of people. Like the population of California is the population of Canada, for fuck's sake. So it's like you're going to see shit go on, and you're going to see, mania, because people are getting out and they just want to go. And it's like, no, it's okay. I you know what? I don't have to go this weekend, or I can, it would have been a great time, but maybe I'm going to have to wait a year before I, decide to go to England or go to Scotland. I'm going to wait instead of, hopping and boarding a plane today, because it's like, I don't think I want to go across the Atlantic Ocean in a plane when the South Node is in Sagittarius. Not a good idea. I mean, I know people are doing it. But there could be other things that happen once you land, things that, of at the other end, or new laws or rules or regulations that could hit you. So this is, using that common sense and knowing that things are that you're going to see um, a lot more of a push towards things, because people are looking for the savior. Now, Pisces is about that internal self, that internal savior, right? That's where Christianity started, was in Pisces. They moved from the energies of Aries. Aries was the ram horn. What was the ram horn? Was Judaism. So moving away from that Judaism into the Piscean was that of Jesus Christ, the Christ conscious, coming into Jesus Christ and being that savior, because, he was called the savior of the world coming in. Now people are, because of religion and things that have been going on, churches have been locked down. People haven't been able to go to worship. So they are finding a disconnect from their savior, finding a disconnect from their God, because the majority of the population is not awake. A majority of the population doesn't even understand what the fucking divine is and being true to self. So there's a huge population that is in that insanity world, that is not awakened. So that's the thing, is that we're finding that people aren't. I mean, when 50% or plus of the population has gone towards the Red Cross, and I don't mean that as the Red Cross, of the institution, but that energy of the Red Cross, when over 50% of the population is going towards that, that people are not awakened. That people are looking for a quick fix, just to get, like, just fuck it, just let me get it, and I want to get my job, I want to do this. When people are being forced to do something beyond their own self, that's what insanity is. That's where the crazy is going to come in. That's where people are not realizing that Neptune is the crazy elephant in the room that has been directing things and doing things, and people are like, whoa. When these outer planets, I mean, you cannot, when you got Uranus and Neptune and Pluto coming in and starting to direct things, that's crazy. That's like, we're bringing in this outer element, and we're bringing in some, that's why you're hearing more about ET energies. ETs are coming in. People are saying there's been UFOs and all this kind of stuff. I'm like, yeah, no shit, Einstein. We already fucking know that. So why are you bringing it up now? It's a distraction, right? Outer planets are coming in. They're bringing in this distraction. They're bringing in this crazy, and this is the playground of crazy. This is the playground of the three-dimensional. This is the only planet that runs on time. This is the only planet that runs in a 3D dimensional energy. So what better place to come in to be a playground, to understand, to come into self and self-actualization, and come into our own spiritual being. What better place but Earth? Because it is a spiritual playground of opening. And it's also where you sort of scratch your head and you're like, what the hell's going on? Why are they doing that? Or why are they going there? People don't like to be the lone wolf. People don't like to be the lone wolf. They want to be, that's why it was easy to have people locked down. Didn't have to do martial law. Because people want to do what's right for the collective. People genuinely want to do what's right for somebody else. Generally want to be that caregiver. Generally want to be that. That's part of human nature too. And so it was very easy. And people don't want to be that odd person out because you're going to get a finger pointed at you. You're going to be that one that people are going to laugh at. And people don't want to be laughed at. They don't want to be pointed at. You don't want to be that geeky kid that doesn't want to do the slip and slide. But maybe being the geeky kid not doing the slip and slide is the kid that's not going to break his leg. Because the one that's being that, ooh, look at me, I'm going to jump off the roof. Ah! He's the one who's going to crack his head open or some kind of crazy shit. So put on your big girl panties, ladies, and put on your big boy panties, underwear, men. And let's step into this as being some beautiful cosmic energies that we are. Have a blessed day, and may the Lord and the Lady watch over and bless you. If you're wanting a reading or wanting to get your natal chart to understand this energy even more in your chart, get a hold of me and let's book you in. Blessed be everybody, and we will talk to you tomorrow. Bye-bye.